So your next topic is bubble sorting. Okay. So what is bubble sorting is I will explain while we are going into the problem. Okay. So here in bubble sorting we are taken the array of 5 numbers. Okay. So this array is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. The size of this array is n is equal to 5 because 0 to 4 elements, so 5 elements are there. So we are given the number as n is equal to 5 and we are taken this array as a. Okay, a of 0, a of 1, 2, 3, 4, like that we will consider. Okay, so here we are going to follow the bubble sort technique. Okay, in bubble sort how we are going to compare the elements and sort it is, we are going to take the first element and we are going to compare with the next element. Okay, for example, a of I and a of I plus 1. Okay, I plus 1 means next element. So we are going to compare these elements, like that only we are going to follow here. Okay, so a of I then a of I plus 1 means then next element. So 15 and 16 we are going to compare. So if they are in the correct order, so correct order means what is that? If they are in a ascending order or in a arranged in a sorted order, then we don't need to want to shift those two elements. Okay, suppose I am taking the first element 15 and comparing 16. So if I am comparing these two elements, 15 is smaller than 16, so that I don't need to swap these two elements. So next I will go to this place. Okay, then 16 and 6 I am going to compare. So 16 is greater and 6 is smaller. So what I will do is I will swap these two elements. Okay, like this process only we are going to follow in our bubble sorting. So here we will say how many passes we are going to take to calculate our bubble sort. Okay, our passes will be n minus 1. So it is not mean that always the pass size must be n minus 1. Okay, so but for this algorithm, for this example, I have taken the passes as n minus 1. Okay, we can go into a problem first. So I will write these numbers here for a understanding: 15, 16, 6, 8 and 5. Okay, this is your pass 1. Okay, so and pass 1, what I said, I need to compare these two elements. First I am comparing these two elements, so there is no need of shift. Okay, so anyway I am going to write it for your understanding each and every step, step by step. Okay, so next step what I am going to do, I will write these elements as like that. And next step what I said, I have to compare the next two elements. Okay, so I am going to compare these two elements, so 16 and 6. So there is a change in the elements, so I am going to update it and write it here: 15, 6. So these two elements are swapped because 6 is smaller than 16, so I am going to swap these two elements and write it in the correct order. Okay, so next again what I have to do, compare these two elements. Okay, I am comparing 16 and 8. So again in this step 8 is smaller than 16, so I need to swap these two elements. So I am writing as 15, 6, 8, 16 and 5. So in next step what I will do, again I will compare these two elements, next two elements. So here I am comparing 16 and 5. So here 5 is smaller than 16, so I am going to swap these two elements: 15, 6, 8, 5 and 16. So now we are reached the end of the shifting of the process at the end of the array. So this we will call it as pass 1. Okay, this set of elements we will call it as pass 1. So here we will see one difference here. So at the in among these elements, what is the largest element here? 16 is the largest element in this array. So and the pass 1, you will see that the largest element has attained its position. Attained its position means it is in the correct place, because in this array if you take means the last if you arrange in ascending order, where this element will be there at the last place. So this element attained its position. Okay, so here in this place in pass 1 we have attained that 16. Okay, so here we are going to consider I is equal to 0, that we will this value will leave, we will see it in what is that in program. Okay, so next pass what I will do, I will take these elements and I will do the next process. Okay, again I am going to compare each and elements, that is pass 2. Okay, 15, 6, 8, 5 and 16. Same elements I am written. I am going to do the past 2. So again I am going to compare 15 and 6. So again here what is that? 6 is smaller than 15. So I am going to shift these two elements. 6, 15, 8, 5 and 16. So again what I will do, I will compare these two elements 15 and 8. So 8 is smaller than 15. So again I am going to shift that 6, 8, 15, 5 and 16. So now again I will check this next one 15 and 5. 15 and 5, 5 is smaller. Okay, so again I do the shifting 6, 8, 5, 15 and 16. Here in listen one second. In past one I said that already this 16 is in the correct position. So that here also in this also 16 will be in the correct position only. Okay, so now these 4 elements only we have considered. So we have compared all the 4 elements and sorted this array. So there is no need of comparing these 2 elements because 16 is in the correct position. So at last step we compare here, no, that step we don't need to follow because 16 is already in its correct position. So here we will see this is called as past 2. So in past 2 again you see what element is being sorted. This is the array elements, and first largest element was 16 and second largest element was 15. So in this array you look, 15 is also in the correct position. Okay, in past 2 the second largest element is being sorted in this array. So this is our past 2. Okay, next we are going into our next step. Okay, I will write the same elements here 6, 8, 5, 15 and 16. So next past 3 what I am going to do, again do the comparisons. So 6 and 8. So there is no swapping is needed because 6 is smaller than 8. So no need of swapping. So next I will write these elements again 6, 8, 5, 15 and 16. So now we are going to compare 8 and 5. So now you see there 5 is smaller than 8. So I need to do the swap operation. Okay, I will write the swapped values 6, 5, 8, 15 and 16. Okay, next step what I will to do? Do I need to compare these two elements? No, because already in the before step what is there? 15 and 16 is being swapped. That is 15 and 16 are always in the arranged order in past 2 itself. 15 and 16 are in the correct position. So in the next step you no need to compare this 8 with 15 because and this in before itself I said already in these two elements are being in the correct position. So I no need to compare 8 with 15. Okay, so now you see this is past 3. Okay, so now what I am going to do is, here in past 3 what is it see this array, what is the element which is having the third largest one in this array? What is the third largest? 16 was the first largest element, 15 was the second largest element, 8 was the third largest element. So in this array the third largest element is being put in its correct position. Okay, so now we are going to enter into our past 4. So past 4 we are going to write the same element 6, 5, 8, 15 and 16. Okay, now you see first 2 elements we are going to compare. So 5 is smaller than 6. So I am going to swap these 2 elements. I am writing as 5, 6, 8, 15 and 16. So in the previous step what are the 3 elements are already in a sorted order? I said 8, 15 and 16. So these 3 numbers are already in the correct position. So now I no need to compare 6 with 8. Okay, do you understand? So these 3 elements are already being sorted. So I no need to compare this 6 with 8. Okay, so in this past 4 you see there are all the 4 elements are sorted order. So we are saying that we no need to compare this 5 because if there is a only single element in the array, means what you have to say that element is already in the sorted position. That is a basic common sense. Okay, so here this is the past 4. Okay, as I said, n is equal to 5 means there will be n minus 1 passes. So what is the n minus 1? 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. So we are taken passes as 4. So this is the working principle of our bubble sorting. So next we will see our program for a procedure for this bubble sort. So here this is the procedure for our bubble sort. As I did not add some functions and all, you just declare that this is a procedure for our bubble sort algorithm. So first before going into a program, we must see that how we are written this program. Okay, so first for loop, what is there? I is equal to 0, I less than n minus 1, I plus plus. So I will say how this for loop is written. I is equal to 0 means in our bubble sort we are starting from the first element, comparing these two elements. Okay, so like that only we are going through all the elements. So only in our for loop we are written it as I is equal to 0. So next step what I have taken, I less than n minus 1. Okay, I less than n minus 1 is first step. In past one I said I is equal to 0, I is equal to 1, I is equal to 2, I is equal to 3. Okay, so here you check whether the condition, suppose I am taking the value as I is equal to 3 means 3 less than n minus 1 is 5, n is 5, 5 minus 1 is 4. So after that if I take the value as I is equal to 4 means what will happen? 4 less than 4. So this condition will fail and we need to go out of the we need to go out of the loop. Okay, so here we will written the for loop as I is equal to 0, I less than n minus 1, I plus plus. So we are going to increment it. So first of all we will take the this first outer for loop is for a passes 1, 2, 3 and 4 passes we are written the outer loop, and here the inner loop what is written is what and all calculations we are done inside this. Okay, so we are doing the swapping operations. No, for that swapping operations we are written this inner for loop. Okay, so just we will see with the one example, then you will understand very better. Okay, so I write the, I will check for the condition. So we will see the condition for this. So now for your better understanding, and you know how to shift operations or not, because in these steps only the steps are being decreased. Okay, the swapping steps are being decreased in past 2, 3, that is 1, 2 and 3 only the swapping operations are being decreased. So for your better understanding, I will taking I is equal to 2. Okay, I is equal, you may also you check by your own that try for 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, I will check for I is equal to 2 and explain this, and even if you want needed it, I will explain this 0, 1 and 3 also later. So first I will check with this I is equal to 2. Okay, so here you enter into this for loop, I value will be 2 less than n is equal to, what is the n value? N is equal to 5. Okay, 5 minus 1. So 2 less than 4. Is this condition true? Yes. So that I am going to increment, I am going to enter into this loop. Okay, flag is equal to set is, we are setting the flag is equal to 0 and we are entering into this loop for j is equal to 0. Okay, so j value now is 0 and we are going to check this condition j less than n minus 1 minus I. Okay, j value now we are taking as 0, j value is 0. Okay, 0 less than n value is 5 minus 1 minus I value we are taking as, here I value we are taken as 2. So I am writing as 2. Okay, now you calculate 0 less than 5 minus 3. So 0 less than 2. So is this condition true? Yes. So this condition true means what you have to do, we have to enter into this if loop. Okay, so if loop we are entering. So if loop I have entered a of j value is, at the j value is now I have written as 0. Okay, we are going to check a one by one condition. Okay, j value now is 0 I have taken. So 0 greater than a of j plus 1. J value is 0 plus 1. So a of 0 greater than a of 1. So here we are, I said I value are taken as 2 for this. So I am going to see this pass. Okay, now a of 0 is greater than a of 1. Is this condition true? No, a of 0 is less than a of 1. So this condition is fails. So if the condition fails means we cannot enter into this loop, as I said before. In before sortings and all we have seen that. So if this condition is failed means we cannot enter this loop. So again what I am going to do, I am going to increment the j value as j plus plus. So now the j value will be 1. Okay, now I am going to check this condition. J value now is 1 less than n value is 5 minus 1 minus I value is 2. 1 less than 5 minus 3. What is that? 2. 1 less than 2. Yes, this condition is true. So what I am going to do? I am going to enter inside this loop. Now I will write if a of j value is 1 greater than a of j plus 1. J value is 1. So updated value of j is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So now I am going to compare 8 and 5. This step 8 and 5. So is this condition true? 8 greater than 5? Yes, this condition is true. So what I said, if this condition is true means we need to enter inside this loop. So I am going to do the swapping operation inside this. So swapping operation means we are going to shift to two values. Okay, so 8 and 5 are going to be swapped and we have written this line. Okay, so flag is equal to 1. We have set the flag is equal to 1. So again we are going to this loop. Okay, so now what will be that? J plus plus. So j value will be updated to 2. So again I am going to compare this value. So j value now is 2 less than n minus 1 minus n value is 5. Okay, n value is 5, I value is 2. So now compare 2 less than 5 minus 3. 2 less than 2. Is this condition true? No. 2 less than 2, no. So this condition is failed. So I will not enter inside this. So this loop will all be closed and I will go out of this loop. Okay. So now already flag is set to 1. So I am going out of this loop. So again what I will do? I plus plus. So I value will be, so that only we ended here itself. Okay. Now we will understand the bubble sort, I think so. So here itself, so only we did not compare the other elements. Okay. So here itself the shifting operations was over. Swapping operations were over. So again I will do the I plus plus. So I was 2. Next step what I will do? I is equal to 3. Okay, so again we will see this example also. I is equal to 3. Now what I have to do? I have to compare this loop. Okay, so j is equal to 0. J value will be 0 now. Then less than n minus 1 minus I means what? N value is 5 minus 1 minus, now I value is 3. Okay, 3. So what I will do? 0 less than 5 minus 4. So 0 less than 1. Yeah, this condition is true. So what I am going to do? I am going to enter inside this loop. Okay. So now I will write j value. Okay. So I am going to say if a of 0, j value is 0. Okay. So a of 0 greater than a of 0 plus 1 is 1. So a of 0 and a of 1 I am going to compare. A of 0 value is 6 greater than a of 1 value is 5. So is this condition is true? Yes, this condition is true. So what I will to do? I need to go into this loop and do the swapping operations. So I have swapped these two elements. Okay. So after swapping we will go to the this condition again. So now we will check j is equal to 0, 0 less than n minus, now j value will be incremented by 1. Okay, j plus plus. After completing this loop, j value will be updated to 1. So j value will be 1 now. 1, 5 minus 1 minus I value is now 3. Okay, 1 less than 1. This condition fails. So I will go out of this loop. Okay. Now if I go out of this loop, this condition also failed. So we will see this for loop. We will not go out of the loop, because if this condition fails means another one loop is here to check for this for loop. Okay, so now I will check this for loop. If flag is equal to 0, we need to break. Okay, we need to break. We will not go to this step itself. So we no need to do I plus plus. We will not go to that step itself. This all the loop will be come to an end. Okay, so at last you can write it as print. The elements are already in a spotted order, like that you can write. So this is the working procedure of our bubble sort algorithm. So next video we will see. Thank you.